watching Two Stupid Gamers. This is Jake, Dan, and Phil. We're back. And...
There's no Dan!
Oh, I'm sorry. Jake, Ben, and Phil.
There's no Dan, and the camera's pointing at you for some reason. Who wants to see your fat ass?
My bad.
Point it towards Ben.
Yeah. Hey, Ben. Hey, Ben.
I like how we put Ben in the corner where like you can't see him.
Yeah, Ben has the most sexy
He's like the most like if you combine like all the attractiveness out of like me, Jake, and Dan, and then times it by like, I don't know, 100, you might get close to where Ben is.
Okay,
well,
so
no one would be able to pay attention because they would just be looking at me.
That's why we put you in the corner.
Undressing me with their eyes.
So
we'll
you want to go with Makoto. He seems to have a thing for
I just
Akira.
want
He just seems to, like, pick her no matter what.
Life just wants me to be a pedophile, apparently. I don't know why.
Bro, you're not helping yourself out here. So I think we can go with Ginza, which is Makoto. That's where we want to go. I think I want to go.
Okay, here's where we screwed up. Like, when I read online, the walkthrough, I read this one. It's like the top 3 choices were Makoto, and the bottom 3 were Akira. But it randomizes the places where you go in the game. And I don't think the walkthrough I read realized that.
Akira, stop texting. Put down your phone.
Ah!
No phones during recording.
Wow. This way, upper class district.
That
I feel.
place is known as Japan. Upper class district. In other words.
Speaking of upper class.
I'll be showing you around today. In other words, you're not upper class.
Are you kidding?
I'll be showing you around today.
I bet she knows all the upper class men.
Can't you
With
think
that
ready and we'll go?
Pink bow of hers.
Are you talking about like she dates businessmen or something?
Oh, you bet she does. That's why she knows English, because the businessmen are all American. That's where the real money comes from.
I'm not so sure you know what you're talking about.
I know exactly what I'm talking about.
You're saying that U.S. brings a lot of money to other places?
Those businessmen are loaded.
Yeah, they usually are.
That's why I date them.
That's your line.
An upper class district. What could it be?
This should be fun, he says. We're screwed.
It's fun.
We're screwed.
I bet
When
we
he
can get
says
some
something
Coke.
is going to be fun, it means that we're going to have a terrible time of
We're
it.
gonna get some Coke. So this is today's destination. Cake. Oh, I like some cake.
Is that what it says?
Cake.
So,
It's cake.
this is the place we'll be touring today, Ginza!
No, that's my line. Ginza.
Yes, Ginza is famous in Tokyo as home to many high-class stores.
Wow. That's like his favorite line.
This is the place you're gonna buy me shit, you Jew!
Jew doesn't buy shit. We hoard money.
The gene in Ginza means silver. Over 200 years ago, in the Edo period, Ginza was a place where they minted coins. That's why it came to be called Ginza.
Maybe it's Ginza?
Yeah, I know. Why'd you do that? I was trying to see how many times Jake would fuck up the Japanese.
I would have kept going.
I'm like, I know John's gonna comment on it.
Ginza.
Jake's like, well, at least I have sex.
At least so is John.
I don't want to imagine that.
Not dead John, the other John. Well,
why would I imagine dead John?
dead John has sex too.
Oh,
but
I'm sure you get some.
he definitely had some before he died. Lots, even though he was like...
Does he have those 70 virgins up in heaven? I didn't know he was Muslim.
Well, he was pimping. I mean, like, he wasn't like a super attractive man. Matter of fact, I would put him more on the unattractive side. But he was so confident in himself that it just made up for
And he was
everything.
white. That definitely helps in Utah.
Dude, he was like 6'7".
Jeez.
Something like that.
6'7", maybe 6,
That's
8 or
really
9, something
tall.
right there. And he was mostly balding at the time. He actually had that cool balding thing where like it has like the two things like this, and he had the little part in front, and his hair was always weirdly messed up.
Was it like the cul-de-sac thing?
Yeah,
Like,
the cul-de-sac.
That's a good balding?
No, not the cul-de-sac. Like there's two, like you have like patch here that goes back, and mostly here, just like right here is where it's going bald. So this is why we have a camera right here.
Just the front.
Yeah.
So it's like you can shine it and
Like a
see
widow's
yourself in the
peak.
mirror.
I don't know.
If he was married, he'd definitely have a widow.
No, John was never the marrying type.
Who would want to? He died in an electrical fire caused by his own negligence.
He was a poor gamer. And he probably electrical taped the crap out of most of... No, he didn't. I'm not gonna lie. He probably didn't.
He died for your poor gamer sins.
Yeah, he died for our poor game.
Did you ever cover any of the games?
It was a fight. It burned down everything.
I don't know. The Game Boy survived in a bombing in Iraq. I bet some of his stuff survived. You should have checked.
I didn't show up at the
You didn't
place
show
he
up?
died.
You like...
I showed up at his funeral, made a few jokes.
So John burned down, and you're like, oh, that's a shame.
No, I felt really bad. But, you know, with John, it was more like he would have liked it if we had made terrible jokes at his funeral like I did.
Yep.
Like, he actually talked, like, I know.
I know. Jake's like, I know.
He had this thing that he ordered online that was just supposed to make him immortal, like some like medicine or some shit. And at the funeral, I started talking about that, and they're like, "Nope, didn't seem to work out for him."
And everyone's like, oh, he is a jerk.
Actually, I got more laughs out of that than I expected.
Two.
No, pretty much everybody
Everyone?
around me.
How many people went to his funeral?
Not like
I didn't expect. Like when I die,
Not
I'll
like
probably
the
be like,
funeral I just went to. Like, I showed up for the viewing, and it was jam-packed. I was on time, like, and I just waited for an hour because I thought the line would die down, and there were like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people there. And that's
I
not
want
gonna
free
be
food at my funeral. Actually,
Is that how you're gonna get people to show up?
yeah, I figured I get. But then again, I kind of want to be cremated because
I'd actually like to
cremate me and throw me in someone's eyes. Like I'll make a list of people I really hate, and like the one at the top will be the one I hate the most. Just throw a bit of me in their eyes and like just spread it around,
I'd really like to donate
so I
my
can
body
be a
to...
pain to them one
You
last
should,
time.
like, serve like free hot dogs or McRibs, but actually,
I like your thinking.
but actually, go and put part of yourself in the McRibs. Like
Now
part
I
of
can
your
be a
body,
part of you.
and then don't tell
Why am I
anybody,
touching you?
and
Be
then
part of
announce
you.
it, and then have someone announce it.
Why
at
am
the
I
end of the
touching you? I
funeral.
know I do. I want pain.
That everybody
I know,
just
right?
ate you.
Anyways, wow, I
I see. It was full of upper class shops. Hey, we were talking about important stuff.
Not exactly.
What? You bitch.
During that period, the shopping district was primarily next door in Nihonbashi, which is now a business town. We are the next Ginza itself is more of an artist or an
I should
artisan
laugh. I'm sorry,
town.
Jake. I know you were in the retarded class growing up. You've come a long way.
Tits. Line.
Really? Then what did it take the form we know today?
You might know this, but during that era of the samurai, Japan closed its borders to other countries. That lasted until 150 years ago, when the shogun lost political control. As foreign relations began again, the people of Japan were terrified. What the hell? Why are you terrified of foreign... Never mind.
Are you kidding?
They were
I'm
shocked
terrified of
to think that
foreigners.
such technologically advanced countries existed out beyond the sea. That's really that shocked people? I'm not in their
150
situation.
years ago, it's really...
I know. Then I think about it. 150 years ago, nobody knows
Here's
shit.
the weird part. Okay, look what he said. American Civil War. I'm like, yeah, that was. And the World Fair in Paris. Okay, so people dying over slavery. Like, oh, that's terrible. Oh, and the World Fair in Paris. Why would you, like, combine the two together?
Well, it's just in the era.
I was like, oh, Jake, that's around the same time Jake masturbates. And it's the same time that Pope gives his, like, weekly address. See how awkward it is to
You're
make
so obsessed with me masturbating.
I don't know. It's the only thing I can count on in this world.
It's the only thing that's constant.
I know, really.
People die, taxes happen, Jake masturbates.
Like, the only certain thing in life, death, taxes, and Jake masturbating. We're updating Ben Franklin's quote.
Yes! See that?
So dumb.
Japan worked hard to see that it wouldn't lose in technology and influence in those foreign countries. And around that time, two great fires swept through the Ginza area. Nearly all the buildings at the time were made of wood, so naturally the whole area was burnt to nothing.
Just like John.
Oh my god.
Ben's Dead John is Ben's brother, by the way.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
What? How many brothers do you, like, I kid you not, like, we'll meet up and like, oh, that's my brother, that's my half, like, how many do you have?
I have a lot, dude.
Your mom really got around.
Moms.
Because they don't look anything alike. It's like...
Moms.
Moms?
Moms.
Your mom's really got around?
Yeah.
Well, kind
yeah,
of. What,
around my
mom,
dad.
aunt combo is what we're
Is that
going
why you
with.
keep recommending your mom to me?
Yeah.
I'll be talking to me like, Ben, I can't find anyone. Like, hey, you should date my mom. She dates everyone. And then I try it, and mom's like, no. Damn it.
It was sad.
Nice subject change there, Phil. Just like,
Okay. Yeah, okay.
it's okay. I don't get offended. I don't get offended by it. It's kind of
At
funny.
least you love me.
It was sad, obviously, but the people of the day were determined not to let things end with that. You mean the whole city burned down and they were like, rebuild?
Nah.
Let's try it without wood this time.
Maybe it won't burn down again. Try this new fancy steel these white people keep talking about.
They took to the Japanese proverb. Was a wife, It means when bad things happen to you, you make the best of them. Like when life gives you lemons, make lemonade.
When life burns you alive.
When life gives
When
you
life burns you alive,
You make ashes.
hash browns.
it's okay. He loved to drink, and he's buried next to an orchard downhill, so I'm pretty sure that he's enjoying those fermented apples right about now.
Really? You die and you get apples?
Fermented
I'd
apples.
be like, cover that in caramel and get back to me. You have any cake out back here?
Alright, we get it. The people took those words to heart and used the culture and technology of those foreign countries to rebuild Ginza from the ashes. So, Ginza.
Did you guys build Brad at it? I mean, John? No, not Brad. Brad's still alive.
Brad's good.
Brad's so good. As far as we know, he might be dead. We just haven't gotten the message yet.
No, Brad's good.
Are you sure?
Yeah, he's gonna be. Well, I don't know where.
Before long.
Anyway, before long, department stores and theaters appeared, and people began to flock to it as the cutting-edge shipping district in Japan.
Is it just me, or does it seem like the big boobed one is more boring than the other girl?
I really think that you have a thing for. How can the boobs be boring? You just stare at them and you're aroused.
I mean, when you Not the boobs are boring. I mean, when we're with her, it's boring.
All she does is talk.
I know,
Talk,
right?
talk.
Blah, blah, blah. And, like, it's so boring, too. Like, so you're saying Ginza was the first modern shopping district in the modern era.
Something like that. Even now, large shopping districts throughout Japan are referred to as the Ginza of X. They're all named after Tokyo's Ginza.
I just keep screwing up.
Yeah.
Piss everyone off. Piss off the MGS guys. Piss off the Weeaboos or whatever. I think that's the only way we're ever going to get viewers. Just piss everyone off and get really mad at
I
us.
don't think people really get mad at us. I think they'll.
We
mostly
need to
laugh
up the
about
ante,
what
apparently.
No, we don't need to.
We need
Anyways,
to-
Wow, that's interesting. What's blah? Yes. There's one more point of interest here.
Point of interest. There is, I mean, one more. I haven't even seen one yet.
You'll see it if you check a map of Tokyo after you get home, but this place, you'll see Ginza southeast of Tokyo Station, and it feels quite far inland. But 300 years ago, it was a wetland.
Wetland.
Yes, I know, a sexual joke.
I know. I'm like, I hope someone makes the joke because I'm tired of being that guy. I want to be someone else. you know.
So, in Wetland, let's pretend this is a place. Wetland, the place where all women are wet constantly. Where even Fell gets laid.
You know what? I bet we could really sell like tissues and napkins and stuff like that in Wetland. It'd be a really popular business venture.
Dude, you just open up a stand first to start, you know,
Sell
tissues
towels.
and things. Yeah, and then eventually you make yourself a chain all over Wetland.
I know,
You sell
and-
tissues, towels, and
Make a bunch
other
of money.
things that you can
Use
Invest
underwear
that
in mutual stock.
clean up your, you know, mess with. But with our brand, what would there has
It's
to
not
be
the
like,
most lucrative business, but you know, it's
no,
like
it would
there's
be
always
lucrative.
women.
No. Okay,
So
what
there's
is
always gonna
our
be business.
slogan?
Too stupid game.
No, the slogan for our Wetland chain.
Oh,
We clean you up good.
dry and high.
Slippery when wet.
Our towels are slippery when wet.
How is that gonna help people? Anyways,
Come
So
on.
let's get back to the
that's right. The ocean used to run up against Ginza's eastern side.
You should probably change the title of these videos. Not Two Stupid Gamers Play. More like Two Stupid Gamers Talk while like some pretty pictures in the background.
They filled it in 300 years ago and used the reclaimed land for a fish market that became very famous.
I haven't heard of it.
That's your
I didn't know that. It's kind of the same thing. When you look at it now, it's hard to believe this was ever coastal land.
Right? To the east of here, across the Sumida River, there's an area known as
Adorable.
Tsukishima. That was also reclaimed from the ocean.
We should do like a podcast. Jake speaks Japanese.
Your line.
So if Tokyo shape was changed 300 years ago by reclaiming the land from the ocean, you'd call it a man-made city?
Man-made city. Sexual joke here.
Oh, is it? I was like, yeah, men made it, not you women. Your wetlands.
So,
There you go, there's a sexual joke for you.
so man-made city right next to wetlands. This can only end in tears.
War.
That's about right.
Almost like the city of water, Venice.
Yeah, that's right.
Venice.
Long
Venice.
ago, Tokyo was full of canals, which were
Mispronouncing
used for
everything.
shipping the majority of goods. Even now, many of those rivers remain as subterranean. I said it right.
Yeah, you
first.
got it right the first time.
Subterranean drainage.
I like how the more you say, the more you screw up. Like, oh, the first time, well, we can't have that. I'm gonna go back and screw this up a few more times.
When you think about it, I guess Tokyo is a city of water, a lot like Venice. No, Venice.
No, not
no.
even close. I don't see any gondolas over here.
I don't see it sinking either.
I see a bunch of people working. That's definitely not like Venice. Tokyo, a city of water. Blah, 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 blah.
Anyway, as long as we're here, we should have a look around Ginza.
As long as we're here, that's the whole reason we came here was to look around. It's like going shopping, where as long as we're here, we might as well get some food.
Why couldn't they just
Duh.
fill it with more than just this? Because this is.
Buildings?
I feel like they're trying to educate.
I want to walk
me.
into this building back here where it says cake, and I'm like, I want some cake.